What is up, YouTube? And today I'm going to be discussing what the best mobility is in Fortnite right now. And honestly, it's a big talk knowing that nowadays there's a bunch of new mobilities coming out every season. So let's get it started out. So obviously there's a mobility wall on this map right here, and I grabbed what I think are the best mobility items off of it. I have the Void Oni mask. Let me get a new one. I have the Shockwaves, oldie but a goodie. I have the Kinetic Blade, the Grappler, also old, and the Witch's Broom. This weapon, I mean, not weapon, this mobility item has been redesigned. It was that, like, cloud from, I don't know my anime as well, but when they had that one update, and it was like that yellow cloud at one point. This item takes many forms, but yeah, let's get into it. So let me just go over the mobility of each. The Void Oni Mask works as in you throw it, and you can teleport whenever. Like, if you like want to teleport the second you throw it, you can do that. It's a pretty cool item in my opinion. And you don't have to insta rotate. You can leave the void sitting wherever you threw it and teleport. So it has a new type of way to use it in combat, and I think that's honestly pretty cool. Moving on, the shockwave. This is obviously basic. It's old. This thing is like 4 years old now, if not older, like 5 years. How it works: throw it on the ground, you jump, and it shockwaves you. I mean, it's pretty basic. Like, just like that, you can just jump wherever on the map just by throwing it, and it sends you flying. I mean, really good utility to get out of fights, out of areas, go heal, box up, whatever you need to do in the middle of a fight. Next, this weapon, or mobility, it's actually both, was released in Chapter 4, Season 2, the Kinetic Blade. It has 3 dashes, used to be 4, they nerfed it like a little bit. I know the Mythic one still has 4, or 5 actually, but you can dash with it like this, or you can use it as a damage. What a bunch of the Switch players will do is just use that as a damage, because, you know, they can't like aim or do anything like that. So yeah, no offense, Switch players watching, but you know it's true, or at least you know some of y'all do it. But I think it's a very good mobility source with the dashes, being able to control exactly where you want to go, and you use consecutive dashes like so to jump across the map. Very resourceful. Next, the grappler. I gotta say, until they made it so you don't die of fall damage, this thing used to honestly be pretty bad, because you could literally like do this, say you were to fall like this, you would die. That stinks. That must be like really annoying. OG Grappler was honestly kind of bad for that, but it was like a new innovative thing at the time. It's now pretty good, the fact that you can't take fall damage and you can grapple pretty far onto things, so I find it very resourceful. Next, the Witch's Broom. You can use this item, like I said, to fly up to an area and move. Now I gotta say, it acts as like a glider, so I know, like, if you're only in low elo lobbies like plat, maybe low diamond, you're not going to get shot out of the sky. But if you're anything above this, or maybe even in diamond, sometimes plat, I guess, you are going to get shot out of the sky. It's a very vulnerable mobility. And in high, like, elo, high rank, you do not want to be caught using a witch's broom or the cloud version of it, because it's honestly kind of weak in that spectrum of things. So I'm going to rank it out. That's obviously, it's 5 in the tier list right now. And moving on, I'm going to choose the next one. Obviously, I think the grappler is good, but for its time and only being able to where you have to look to use it, you have to look at the item, click it, and all that. And sometimes there's even a bug where you can't pull out a certain weapon after you grapple. Somehow they still don't fix that. It's been out for years. I put it at 4 for this reason and this reason only. Next, I'm going to have to say it's definitely the Kinetic Blade post-nerf. This thing was nerfed to the ground because they made it too overpowered at the start, and I honestly feel like 3 charges is kind of weak. You can still travel pretty far with it, but knowing that at one point you used to have like 4 or 5 charges and could zip around the map is kind of broken if you think about it, and it makes it look way worse compared to what it once was, making me have to rank it number 3 in a respective manner, knowing that at one point it was very good and you can use it as damage, unlike the other items on this tier list to this point. Sorry, I'm lagging. It's gonna unfreeze in a second. Next, honestly, I just gotta wait for it to unfreeze. I'm gonna have to say, I think it's close, if I'm being honest. The shockwaves have been good forever, but I think I'm gonna have to put the shockwaves on this part of the list next. Kind of sucks that I have to do it, but I kind of have to. Shockwaves are definitely next on this list. Hello, can I get unfroze? That would be nice. The shockwaves, as you know, are very one-dimensional, meaning like you can't really decide where handpicked you're going to land. You can have bad shockwaves and good shockwaves. So that for that reason and that reason, honestly alone, it differentiates from the use of the Void Oni mask and being able to throw it wherever you want and be able to wait to use it and use it when needed and when you feel like using it. Gives that Oni mask a new sort of a way to use it. I really like how they designed the Oni mask at the start of Chapter 6. I think it's Chapter 6 Season 1 is when it got released. So, yeah, that is my take on it. As y'all see, internet crash, internet's been running slow. That is my take on the mobilities and what's the best. If you agree with my take on what the best mobility currently all time in the game is, if you wouldn't mind hitting that sub button. I just got kicked out of the game. Thank y'all for watching this video. If you want to see other video content around Fortnite and maybe even have a chance to play with me in a stream if you tune in, hit that sub button. Thank y'all for watching this video. Hopefully y'all have a great day. Hit that sub button.